Once upon a time, they used to say that movies are the reflection of contemporary society. But as the years pass by, it is very important to upgrade our pulse of wisdom as well. I think therefore it is very safe to say that media and social media are the true reflection of today's society. They also reflect the consumption pattern and the preferences of the information that is currently being served to us, even if we dare say information that is being shown today. Now, the passing away of a movie star has exposed a really sorry state of affairs in our country. Now, with everything, as with this particular issue, there is a silver lining. And the silver lining is the attention that one of the most pressing issues of the modern human society is getting. The issue is of mental health. And it still amazes me that how this serious issue is easily swept under the carpet. Now, what I have noticed is when people over a cup of coffee or a walk down a corridor can easily discuss one of the most difficult phases of their life, like they can easily tell you the worst financial crisis, that personal financial crisis that they are facing recently, or it can be a relationship issue that they are going through. It can also be a chronic or in some cases a terminal illness. But I think rarely you might have heard someone discussing their mental resilience or the tiredness mentally that they are facing. Now, our callousness in our approach towards this issue is easily reflected in our daily conversations and the usage of the word depression. So easily we say when we see a bad movie, kitni depressing movie hai yaar. Or someone quiet or introvert or even someone hurt can be easily said, badi depressed atma hai yaar. So National Crime Records Bureau has just released a report, Accidental Deaths and Suicides in India 2019. And according to the report, a total of 1,39,123 suicides were reported in country in the last year, showing an increase of 3.4% in comparison to 2018. Now, if we talk about the states and UTs in which the maximum number of suicides were reported, then Maharashtra, Karnataka, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Madhya Pradesh are the 5 states that account for nearly 49% of the suicides that have been reported in our country. Delhi, which is the most populous UT in the country, has reported the most number of suicides, followed by Puducherry. Now, if there is a misconception like the time of the beginning of COVID-19 that this is a problem of the cities and cities only, then you have lost the plot, my friend. Because the states that have reported a significant increase in the percentage of suicide cases in 2019 over 18 are that of Bihar, Jharkhand, Daman and Diu, my own Uttarakhand and Punjab. As we have looked where the problem is most severe, it is also very important to see that what causes people to take this extreme step. Now, when we look in the terms of the cause of suicide, then family issues and illnesses have been reported to account for nearly 32% and 17% of all the suicide deaths that were reported in 2019. Now, this highlights a very important fact that the number one cause of suicide involves people who are very close to the victims. Now, home to lucky people like us is a place where we insulate ourselves from all the difficulties and all the insecurities that we face on a daily basis. But imagine what would have happened when the castle of security would have finally been impenetrated. Then I think there would have been no other place to go for the person. And I think the report very beautifully confirms the fact that the societal evils are, although not as visible, not as ominous as they were earlier, but they are still present, although in some cloaked form. Why I am saying that is in the case of females, the victims were predominant in the category of marriage related issues, specifically in terms of dowry and infertility and impotency. So, does it ring a bell? So the report truly dives deep into the issue and provides much needed facts and figures. And it also provides us various other dimensions through which this whole pressing and one of the most difficult issues that our society is currently facing has been explained. So if you want to read the report in full, you can check in the description. Suicide, deaths and other tragedy for us sometimes appear to be related to some far off mortal in the newspaper or on the news channel or on over YouTube or somewhere else. But dude, this thing is real. So make your home a better place to live in, because unknown to you, it may be the last castle of peace and security for one of your loved ones. And even if you are an epitome of masculinity, then please cut some slack to the guy who is open and vulnerable with his emotions. And last but not the least, the society is still not evolved to accept women completely. So you have to respect them. Dowry is as bad in television as it is in real life. And why you should listen all of this? Because the change begins with you.